I'm not teaching, I'm publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in the UK test part 104, the Union flag that is on the page 30, while doing medial plane training. And if you participate in the medial plane training, that is a challenge. But before we're starting with the Union Jack, I want to tell you something which is lying on my conscience, and I feel obliged to tell you this. So we're having here democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, tolerance of also different faiths and beliefs, and participation in community life. And we also added respect others and their opinions, treat others with kindness, and look after oneself and others. This is wish thinking. So which is what the people living in Britain trying to achieve. They're trying to have it. But it's not that it is always so. And the other thing is, this is directed to the immigrants. This is said to the immigrants. It is expected from the immigrants to respect democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, tolerance of those different faith and belief, and participation in community life, treating others with respect. Yes, with respect. Respect others and their opinions, treating others with kindness. Look at oneself and your family. It is expected from the immigrants not to discriminate, but it's not that the immigrants can expect not to be discriminated. But we will, of course, work and strive for this utopia. We will, of course, work on it. We will try to achieve democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, tolerance of those with different beliefs, participation in community life, respect others and their opinions, treating others with kindness, look after oneself and others and your family. We will, of course, work on that utopia, and I want to end with a sentence. It is already pretty well in Britain. So now let's go on with the Union Jack. The Union Jack. Although Ireland had the same monarch as England and Wales since Henry VIII, Henry VIII had the title King of Ireland. He took the title. Henry VIII, it had remained a separate country. Okay, Ireland had been a separate country, but it had the same monarch as England and Wales since Henry VIII. But that clears some things up. In 1801, Ireland became unified with England, Scotland and Wales after the Act of Union of 1800. Okay, we're having the Act of Union, which could get a bit complicated, but maybe it's easy to understand. It was the Act of Union, the Act of Union. The Act of Union, known as the Treaty of Union in Scotland, was therefore agreed in 1770. So it's here mentioned also with the Act of Union. Now we're having here the Act of Union 1800. So we're having two Act of Unions. The first 1707, that is Scotland and England. And now we're having In 1801, Ireland became unified with England, Scotland and Wales after the Act of Union of 1800. The Oxford comma is sometimes better to understand things. So, I think the Act of Union was in 1800, but it came into effect in 1801. What if the question is in what year is it? And 1800 and 1801 are both to choose for. So in 1801, I can't even read it properly because I don't understand where the comma is it. In 1801, Ireland became unified with England, Scotland and Wales after the Act of Union of 1800. No, I think it's not one true. In 1801, Ireland became unified with England, Scotland and Wales. With England, Scotland and Wales after the Act of Union of 1800. Because I'm wondering since the beginning, the Act of Union, known as the Treaty of Union, was therefore agreed in 1707, creating the Kingdom of Great Britain. Who is the Kingdom of Great Britain? We have here this created uncertainty over the succession in England, Wales and Ireland, and in Scotland. We're having a double and. This created uncertainty over the succession in England, Wales and Ireland in Scotland, and in Scotland. In England, Wales and Ireland and in Scotland. It's spoken of the uncertainty that because Queen Anne had no children, who became the next monarch. In 1801, Ireland became unified with England, Scotland and Wales. This created the Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. So now we have it explained. This is at least possible to connect it all. It was probably in 1800 that the Act of Union was, and in 1801 Ireland became unified. And already the Act of Union made not only England and Scotland but also Wales. So in 1707 the Act of Union, or the Treaty of Union known as in Scotland under it, created Scotland and England, and most likely we assume that Wales to Great Britain. And in 1801, then with the Act of Union of 1800, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland arose, and these are now Ireland, Scotland, Wales and England. Why is it they're starting with all over Ireland, but what if they mean in 1801 Ireland became unified with England, Scotland and Wales after the... No, it must be Ireland too, but it would also fit with the name. This created the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. So Wales is already part of the United Kingdom of Great Britain. One symbol of this union became England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland was a new version of the official flag, the Union Jack. One symbol of this union, so just one, okay, it's one symbol of this union, there are maybe multiple. One symbol of this union between England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland was a new version of the official flag, the Union Jack. We have to read on it before I can show the flags. This is often called the Union Jack. The flag combined crosses associated with England, Scotland and Ireland. It is still used today as the official flag of the UK. We will need probably a second part, and we will start now with the medial plane training. If you participate in it, it is such on this. We're having the legs standing wide apart, we're breathing in and going down. And out. Again in. And out. And then again in. And out. Again in. And out. Now close the legs. And out. Now the first exercise, we're having one standing leg. We're bringing the other leg up into right angle with flexed foot. We're having even aligned hips and the toe of the back. And we're pressing with the hand against the knee. And have a little bend in the elbow. Even aligned hips, toe of the back, little bend in the elbow. Press against the knee. And just switching to the other side. Right angle with the leg, flexed foot, even aligned hips, toe of the back. Pressing against the top of the knee. Little bend in the elbow with effort. Even aligned hips, toe of the back. And do the second exercise. Again, the leg up, right angle with the leg, flexed foot, even aligned hips, toe of the back. And I'm pressing from the inside with a little bit. Even aligned hips, start at the back, then bend in the elbow, and with that. And switching over to the other side. The leg up, right angle with the leg, flexed foot, even aligned hips, start at the back. And we're pressing against the inside of the leg. Little bend in the elbow. Even aligned hips, start at the back. And we're going to do all through, we don't have that much time left. The leg up, right angle with the leg, flexed foot, even aligned hips, start with the back, and now the knee presses up and to the side, up and to the side. Up and to the side, up and to the side. Even aligned hips, start with the back. A little longer, and now with the other leg. The leg up, right angle with the leg, flexed foot, even aligned hips, start with the back. And the knee presses up and to the side, up and to the side. Even aligned hips, start with the back. And he presses up and to the side, up and to the side. And the last exercise. a heavy swing now. One leg up, right angle of the leg, flex foot, even line hips, tall up of the back, and we're pressing from the outside against the knee with quite a lot of effort. Have a little bend in the elbow. Now we are slowly bringing the leg to the outside. Slowly again. And we're going to do this 4 times. Sort of a second. So. And slowly closing. And the 3rd time. Even line hips, tall up of the back, a little bend in the elbow. And the 4th and final time. And conclude. Now we have a leg. The leg up, right angle of the leg, flex foot, even line hips, tall up of the back. Pressing from the outside. We're opening slowly. And closing it slowly. Second time. Closing again slowly. And the 3rd. And the 4th and final time. And closing slowly. And control. And the closing exercise, a triangle glide. We're breathing in. And out. Again in. And out. Again in. And out. In. Out. Close the legs. And out. Let's do a bit stretching. We're bringing the leg back, we're taking it over here, have the ankle, and have a neutral position on the spine. We want to stretch the quads. Now the leg in front and point the foot. And the other leg, taking it at the ankle. Neutral position of the spine. And we're bringing it in front. And we're pointing the foot. And let's do a triangle glide again 3 times. Breathe in. Out. Again in. Out. Maybe 2 times. We're closing the legs. And out. We're having a minute left. Let's continue the next part with the Union Jack, part 2. So thank you very much, and until next time.